Hello viewers, I'm Snigdha Gupta from Guru Gyan online classes. If you are first time watching my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click on the bell button for regular updates. And don't miss out any of the session. Carolyn Wells was born in the year 1862. She was an American writer and poet. She was born in Rahwah, New Jersey. She remembered largely for her popular mysterious children's book and humorous verse. Among the most famous of her mystery novels were the Fleming Stone detective stories. Her books include a nonsense anthology. This famous poetess died in the year 1942. The poem How to Tell Wild Animals has been composed by Carolyn Wells. In this poem, the poetess is describing different wild animals. These animals are very dangerous, but she has introduced them one by one in a very funny way. She has used language in a way which produces humor among the readers. She is introducing the reader to various kinds of wild animals like Asian lion, Bengal tiger, bear, etc., explaining each of the animals in a very humorous and comical manner. So let us begin with the first stanza. If ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you'll know it is the Asian lion. The poetess tells the reader if there is a possibility of them going to the jungles in the east, and suddenly if a large yellowish die out of fear, this means that you means the readers, they have been seen an Asian lion. So now let us move to the second stanza. Or if sometime when roaming around a noble wild beast greets you with black stripes on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. In the second stanza, she tells to the reader that someday, by chance, if they were roaming about in the jungle and suddenly they came in front of a wild creature. This wild creature that roams in the jungle and belongs to a royal family. Moreover, the color of its skin is yellowish with black stripes. She says that if the readers noticed that the animal kills them and eats them up, this means that they have surely met a Bengal tiger. See here, this time also the poetess has used humor to explain how a tiger looks like. Because once a person has been eaten up by any wild creature, there is no use in determining which wild animal it is. Let us now come to the difficult meaning in the second stanza. There is a word discern, means to recognize. Noble means high born or aristocratic. Next, beast means an animal, especially a large or dangerous one with four-footed. Let's proceed with the third stanza. If strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you, you'll know it is the leopard. It'll do no good to roar with pain, he'll only lap and lap again. In this stanza, the poet says to the reader that if they were casually walking in a jungle and suddenly they met an animal who has a skin with spots on it. Moreover, this animal is so fast that it will leap on the readers at once, which means that it will jump on the reader or anyone approaching. This jumping of the animal is an indication, means it is a sign that it is none other than the leopard. Moreover, she adds that if one will cry out in pain, it is not going to be of any use. Why? As this animal will keep on jumping on the person there. So in this stanza, the poet has explained the characteristic of leopard in a humoristic manner, means in a funny way. So let us see the difficult meaning in this paragraph. The first one is strolling. Strolling means walking casually. Next, forth means forward. Next is hide. Hide means skin of animal. Next is peppered. In this poem, particularly this word peppered means the spots that you can find on the body of the leopard. Next is leapt. Leapt means to jump towards someone. In this stanza, the poet has explained the characteristic of a leopard in a very comical and funny way. Let us move to the fourth stanza. If when you are walking round your yurt, you meet a creature there who hugs you very hard, be sure it is a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he'll give you just one more caress. So in this stanza, the poet tells us that if we are walking in the lawn area of a house and we meet a creature, and this creature is something different than the previous three that has been introduced to us. This creature will hug us tightly. If we find any creature that hugs us very tightly, we must be sure that it is a bear. She further adds that if one is still in doubt regarding the animal, the easiest way is that he will keep hugging and touching you very gently. This act of the animal will make you sure about its identity, and you'll come to know that it is none other than the bear. Let us look into the difficult meanings that are there in the fourth paragraph. Number 1, yard. Yard means backyard. It is the lawn area of a house. Next is scarce. It's a gentle touch. Let us move to the fifth stanza. Though to distinguish beast of prey, a novice might nonplus. The crocodile you will always may tell from the hyena thus. Hyena come with merry smiles, but if they whip their crocodiles. The poet says that for someone who is new to the job of recognizing animals, recognizing beast of prey means animals that hunt other animals for food. Okay, and the word see in the second line, a novice might nonplus. Novice means anyone who is new to the job, and nonplus means he might be confused. So a novice and a person who is new to the job might get confused while differentiating a hyena and a crocodile. So here the poet tries to help out the readers by telling us the difference between these two animals. He says that hyenas will be smiling, whereas if it is the crocodile, it is always in tears. Both these animals are dangerous. Let us move to the last stanza of the poem. The true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of things. He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, this the chameleon you can see. In the last stanza of the poem, the poet says that the next is the chameleon, which is a small creature. It looks like a lizard, but the difference between the two is that the chameleon doesn't have ears and wings. Moreover, she says that the chameleon has the ability to change its color according to the surface on which it is sitting. Therefore, the poet acquaints the reader, if they see a tree and find nothing else on it, they must be sure that there is a chameleon sitting on it because it has changed its color into the color of the tree. Thus, we can suggest that the poet has been successful in creating humor with some dangerous ways to identify wild animals. We have seen how beautiful description the poet has given of the Asian lion and the Bengal tiger. Then she points out about the leopard and the bear. In the last two stanzas, she has beautifully differentiated between the hyena, crocodile, chameleon and the lizard.